Scott, as you know, for thousands of years, philosophers and theologians and just intellectuals in general, all people, would have said that we are composed of a body and a soul, and that body's a physical thing, and that, of course, the soul is a non-physical thing. And then we come to the present, where most philosophers today, and at least most neuroscientists, would reject the immaterial, the soul, altogether. And they would say that you and I are nothing but bodies and nothing but brains. But you've written on this, and you still believe that we have a soul, an immaterial soul. So tell me why exactly we think that way.
I do think we have souls. For one, the Bible is really clear that there is an immaterial part of a human person. Mm-hmm. I don't know how else to understand the Apostle Paul's statement, for example, in 2 Corinthians 5, mm-hmm. where he says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord.
Right.
That there is something in addition to the body mm-hmm. that helps constitute who we are as persons. Now, I think for our earthly lives and for most of the eternal state, mm-hmm. we will live in a body and soul unity. Mm-hmm. And so what I would say, we are functionally a unity, mm-hmm. but in terms of metaphysics, we are body and soul in the material part. Mm-hmm. The reason I believe that is because the purely naturalist view that reduces all of reality to the laws of physics and chemistry mm-hmm. cannot account for things that I think a soul makes necessary, things like our consciousness, our ability to have first-person reflection about ourselves and about our lives. Mm-hmm. It's just very difficult to account for on strictly materialist grounds. Mm-hmm. Further, rationality is almost impossible to account for strictly on materialist grounds. In fact, there's no real reason to think that our advanced rationality is even reliable, mm-hmm. given that it had really nothing to do with our survivability and adaptability. Mm-hmm. And then finally, I think the materialist view of the world has a really difficult time accounting for morality and moral properties, that mm-hmm. how those would have developed on a materialistic view of the world, I think is very difficult to account for.
Okay, so, all right, if it's difficult for materialism to account for those things, you're a dualist. You think that we have souls. How exactly does a soul account for those things? How do you work that out?
Well, yeah, I think the soul is the seat of our rational, affective, and spiritual properties. Mm-hmm. In fact, I take it that the brain, or I'll say the mind, is a faculty of the soul that gives us our rational capacities. The spirit is a faculty of the soul that gives us our ability to connect with God. Mm-hmm. And then I think our being, having souls and bodies together that are created in the image of God, is what gives us our morality and moral properties. That God has infused the universe with these moral properties and hardwired human beings in order to connect with those.